It's Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol CHWY for Chewy Inc. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, I need to let you know they gave us an earnings announcement after the bell today, so let's flip on the extended hour session here and see what's going on with the number. And my goodness, what a fair bit of damage that has been done to the chart. So missing earnings or, just poor guidance going forward regardless, we are very likely going to be opening on a gap down for tomorrow's session. Please remember a lot can happen between now and 9:30, but what we're about to discuss is a framework, right? So there are some critical levels we want to know. Please do adjust accordingly based on, again, what's actually happening for 9:30 tomorrow morning, but we want to know where the overnight low is, currently around $50.10. The anticipated open, we'll call it 51.82 for now, and while we're at it, we may as well mark off today's low of day, up here closer to about 56 for round numbers sake. We're going to turn that back off, eliminate some distractions, come on over to our daily time frame chart, and talk in terms of scenarios, right? Because whenever we're dealing with a gap, could be up or down, we have a couple of rules to follow, some things that could put potential trade setups into play. So number one that we're always watching, could be a gap up or down, is the gap and trap. If we open here, fail to attract new sellers underneath the overnight low, trade higher through the open, that's a signal for a long to fill the gap. And remembering that we have decent risk reward here, it's certainly something that should be on your radar as a first thought. So that's the first thing we'll think about. If it does close the gap and continue on after that, what would be the next major area? Well, from the 30-minute time frame chart, hopefully you can see this area here at $60.50 coming from prior support, then flipped resistance, resistance, support, support, resistance here. It just makes sense that that high volume node should act as your next major target. So that's what I'm seeing to the upside. Number two, in terms of scenarios, would be your gap and go. And what that looks like is opening here, falling off immediately to the overnight low, putting in some sort of bear flag. Could look something like this, could look something like a descending triangle, right? So something like this, lower highs, flat lows, basically anything that sets up a breakdown of the overnight low. You look to short that breakdown and take it to the next daily area of support. So let's scrunch this chart up and search for that target together. Doesn't look like we have anything from this year. Let's go out to like 5 years just to be safe that we'll get something here, and we'll switch tools and find that support together. So we're looking for something under about $50 roughly. Notice that we're kind of opening. This is very interesting, right? If I do something like this, notice again that we're kind of opening right at this prior shelf of resistance, then flip to support, and led to that big run higher there. So we are opening at a considerable amount of support. But again, if we break down underneath 50, that nice round number, it's also currently very close to the overnight low. The next major target I would see would be here at 45.18. A $5 move to the downside wouldn't be completely off the table for a stock like Chewy, noting today's range was about $4.45 in anticipation of earnings. So on the actual day, again, I wouldn't be surprised if it has the oomph to get there, the gas in the tank, if you will, to come all the way into 45.18. So those are a couple of scenarios to really watch out for here. It's all going to boil down to, do we get the gap and trap, aka long back through the open, correct? Or do we get the gap and go breaking down underneath the overnight low? That's going to wrap up the video. If you enjoyed it or learned anything new today, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.